video, I'm going to be taking a look at a stereo Bluetooth cassette adapter. Now, I've seen a lot of the auxiliary cassette adapters around that have the wires, but the unfortunate thing with those is that they're normally mono. And the big problem with trying to buy a new Walkman style player or a new boombox is that the head in it is most likely going to be mono. That kind of defeats the purpose of trying to listen to any audio on it in any kind of serious way. This promises stereo, has a built-in battery, recharges via micro USB, and has an off and on switch. Now, before we get started, in my little bit of experimentation with this thing I've realized a few things. It plays really nice with the two Walkmans that I have. I would imagine it would play nice with mostly any portable cassette player. It does not play nice with every boombox. As you can see here, this 80s Montgomery Ward boombox I have in the background right here has auto shut off, auto reverse, and auto stop. That poses an issue for this, and I'll show you what that means here in a little bit. First, I'd like to show you how well it works in a standard Walkman. Now, as you can see, this Walkman has no movement on the inside. Its belts have broken, so the motor just spins freely and doesn't actually turn these cogs like it's supposed to. But that doesn't inhibit its ability to read the magnetic tape, which means that if we insert this Bluetooth cassette adapter, I should be able to use this like normal. And I'm just streaming audio from one of my YouTube videos off my computer right now. I'm going to use this boombox in the background as an auxiliary source to try it out. And as you can see, everything plays back perfectly, and it is in stereo, although the sound quality is not coming across very good on this old boombox. Let's try it in this other model right here. Look at how it works in this newer Walkman. This one's from the late 90s. That first model I used was from the late 80s. This one opens from the back. And with this cassette adapter, you always put the label out, because for some reason it won't be stereo if it's not that way. Close it up. Connect our auxiliary source.
And this time, the two of you are partners in the latest installment of the Pokemon saga. It's Pokemon Yellow, the special Pikachu edition for Game Boy.
The audio coming out of this one is even clearer than the old Walkman, but I think that's just due to how this old boombox is interpreting it.
Look for the Pokemon Yellow bundle pack. It includes a limited edition Pokemon Game Boy and...
So we know it works well in the old Walkmans. Let's go ahead and see what it acts like when you throw it in a boombox. Okay, now I'm going to show it off in this early 80s Montgomery Ward boombox. When I first started this boombox was trying to reject this tape constantly. And it would click, and I would see the click being picked up on the head and playing through the speakers. And it had this heartbeat sound to it that would repeat over and over and over. It would never actually stop playing or kick the tape out or anything like that, but just constantly in the background it had that clicking noise, and I think it was battling this auto reverse part of this head, or this cassette right here. But it seems to have worked itself out, so be warned, if it has auto reverse or anything like that, this is not guaranteed to work in there. It's just for standard cassette decks, ideally one that doesn't even have a record head or anything like that at all. But let's try it out and see if it's playing nice with it today. Hardware from this decade. Do you think the N64 would have had better sales if they used a disc drive? Now the pot on this boombox is really dirty. That's not the cassette messing up. It's some of the biggest games released in this decade. But at least right now, it's working, it's stereo, and it's not messing the mechanism up. And when it works on this boombox, the audio quality is fantastic. 9 out of 10. Wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a cassette that was made with quality and this Bluetooth adapter. Now let's go ahead and try it on a different boombox with an entirely different type of mechanism in it and see how it acts there. Now this boombox is interesting because its cassette deck actually still works and it's still the original. From what I can tell, I haven't taken it apart, but from what I can see from the inside when you open the deck, it uses actual plastic gears. There's no belts. So it provides an interesting sound upon playing a tape, but let's check out how this works in this deck. It only has auto stop, it doesn't have auto reverse, and it's never battled me at all when trying to listen to this. Now I have the volume down. If you listen close, you can hear those plastic gears. It sounds like I need to grease them or something like that. I can hear them hitting each other, but it works like a clock and the audio doesn't move around at all. Now let's check out how the tape is doing.
And eventually the Pokemon series. 91 to 95.
Just excellent sound quality, true stereo in the old true stereo cassette player. And the ambient stereo mode even works and sounds cool with it. It's really surprising, and I can't believe more people aren't talking about this. It's just casually for sale in the automotive section of Walmart, which makes sense. But I feel like a lot of people online are going to be surprised that this actually has a stereo head. Now let's give it a shot in this little GE. This guy, as far as I know, is true stereo. It says right on the front stereo music system, and it does have a setting for stereo FM. And when I play stereo music cassettes, they do work. But this is the only boombox that will not play this stereo.
Needed after the lukewarm reception of the Nintendo 64.
Again, sound quality is good. Decent. But it's only coming out of right there. No matter what I mess with, I wiggle the pots, I mess with the tone, I never get that audio on the other side over there. So it seems like it's hit and miss, although it's more hit than miss. Now you may be asking what the use case for something like this is if it's not in a car. And that's where I think the Walkman steps into play. It's a really cool way to stream audio directly from a computer in your house to these old devices. Without needing wires or anything like that, no FM transmitters, you get a nice clear Bluetooth audio signal. So it's really cool for when you want to disconnect from the world. Turn your phone off, sit it down, sync that cassette up with a PC, build yourself a playlist, and then go and finish a project. Hang out. Work on something. Find yourself again a little bit. If you've stuck around this long, thank you very much. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you use this kind of device already. Or do you stream music with an FM transmitter in your house to these old devices? We'll see you in the next one.